Hey guys, back with another card story here. And this is about how I got my 1985 Topps Mark McGwire rookie. Shout out to Nate, Topps85401. His channel name is based on this card. And so yeah, this was a card that I always wanted back around the time I started collecting. I really liked McGwire back then when he was still in Oakland, and liked him even more when he got traded to St. Louis because I always kind of liked the Cardinals around that time. And so in early 98, my uncle, who I've mentioned before, he was the guy that kind of helped me out a lot when I was getting into collecting, and then I in turn helped him out when he was getting back into the hobby. And so he had this card and he said he was willing to trade it to me, even though at the time people were predicting that McGwire was probably going to break the home run record that year. And he got off to a hot start too, and we made this trade somewhere around April or May of that season. And the card was booking around $25, but my uncle said he wanted around $50 in trade value because he said by the time the next Beckett magazine came out, that's around where the price would be. And for you younger collectors, that's kind of how it was back then. You would just have to wait for the next magazine to come out each month, and then you check the value of your cards. There wasn't really much eBay comparisons or that type of stuff going on. But anyway, I agreed with him that the value was going to go up, so I didn't mind giving him $50 in trade value. So I ended up trading him a Mickey Mantle Finest reprint refractor, which was tough for me to give up at that time, but that was a card he really wanted. I had pulled that from a pack, and that was probably booking around 25 to 30 bucks at that point. And I also included one of these Kobe Bryant Flair Showcase rookies, and I had two of them, which was probably the only reason I was willing to include one in the trade. As some of you know, I really love these Flair Showcase cards, so even back then I didn't give these cards up very easily. But yeah, my uncle was getting back into collecting basketball, so I told him Kobe was one of the up and coming guys to get. And this is the row 1 version. So at that time this was like a $20 to $25 card. And so this and Mickey Mantle could have been considered a decent trade for the McGwire, but just to kind of sweeten the deal a bit, I knew that he also liked John Stockton and Karl Malone. Around that time, the Jazz had gone to back-to-back NBA finals, so those two players were really popular. So I said I would throw in every John Stockton and Karl Malone card that I had in my binder, which was probably like 25 cards of each player, including some really nice inserts. So that pretty much sealed the deal, and we completed the trade. And McGwire kept crushing home runs all season, ended up breaking the record, hit 70 home runs that year. And at one point this card was like a $350 to $400 card. I remember all throughout that summer everyone kept telling me to sell it, but I didn't really care about the money. Like I said, I had always wanted this card, and the fact that I didn't buy it at a card show or anything like that, the fact that I got it the way I did, making that trade with my uncle, that kind of made it more special to me. So to this day I don't really regret not selling it back then, even though it's like a $10 to $15 card now. Like I said, it wasn't about the money, and not that I'm rich or anything, but even if I had sold it for around $400, I think all of us could agree that it isn't really life-changing money anyway. So I much rather have the card and the memories behind it. And even though I could pick up several of these right now, even in better condition, I wouldn't want any other one because this is the one that I traded for. This is the one with the memories attached to it. And it wasn't graded when I made the trade for it. I actually sent it in for grading many years later. I just wanted to try out the Beckett grading to see how it worked. Wasn't quite sure what to send in, so I decided to send this in, and Griffey 89 Upper Deck rookie. This got an 8.5, the Griffey got a 9. But yeah, and the case is actually a bit damaged because I dropped it a while back, but I don't really mind. Just adds a little bit more character to it. Wasn't planning on getting rid of it anyway. And so yeah, this is another card that I wanted to talk about. Another one of those favorite cards that isn't really worth all that much. I have to thank New York Giants, New York Mets PC cards again for starting this discussion. I've been thinking about it, and there are so many cards that I want to talk about, so we'll see if people keep enjoying these videos. But that's going to be it for this one, so I will catch you guys next time.